Hello everyone, welcome to PSIR 300 Plus channel. This is me, your educator, Sayyid Shuriatullah. Today we'll be talking about something very different from polity, but it is there in our syllabus. Okay, PSIR, paper 1, section 2, start with this particular heading, Introduction to British Legacy. If you don't understand the British legacy, you will not understand the contemporary India too. That's the reason let us see what this legacy that we mean about, and let us dwell more about it in the introductory lecture of this particular topic. Those who are watching me for the very first time, those who are been watching my classes on YouTube, you can be a part of my classes, test series and mentorship. I generally advertise every other time, but today I just wanted to skip because okay, all the time I should not be taking your what I say is that squeeze up your time, okay, so that you will be hearing that. So there's a picture here over here, you can just see it and you can be a part of it. Okay, chalo. What do you mean by legacy? So have you heard about legacy could be negative? Have you heard about it? I guess not, right? But in the context of British, we do have the legacy in negative sense also. But basically what generally happens is legacy is always giving what positive vibes. But Britishers has also put so much negative footprints on the mind and on this particular land of India that we also carry some negative legacy that they have given to us even today, which is hounding us, okay, with regard to social, economic and political sphere, right? Okay, now when you are reading as an aspirant with regard to the PSIR optional, the legacy is nothing but the impact of British rule in India, you can say. Impact of British rule in India, you can say, and you have to discuss the social impact, then you have to discuss the political impact, then you have to discuss the economic impact. Remember this point. Then you have to summarize all of them, and you have to say that how this legacy has okay progressed over a period of time, and what were the challenges that was faced by this legacy, and how did we cope up with it, and what is the final evaluation of this particular legacy. This is all you have to study as a aspirant. As a normal person who is watching my lecture, if you just understand my lecture, you will understand that you'll get a lot of knowledge with regard to British legacy. I hope this is all clear to you. Let us start our discussion. Okay, introduction to the British legacy. Okay, what is the meaning of legacy? Legacy is nothing but you can say that a vision that either be imposed on us, okay, to achieve a specific objective. Basically this specific objective word is there. Now this is more important when you talk about a legacy. Legacy is a vision in order to achieve a specific objective, and the legacy will not change. Legacy will not change even if the leaders change, or even if the leadership changes also, there will not be any change with regard to what legacy. The legacy continues. The legacy continues. I hope some important areas with regard to introductory concept might have been clear to all of you. Let us dwell more into it. Okay, now as we have seen here, as I've already told you, that legacy is all about like impacts that we are going to discuss. So what kind of legacy you see in our country? Okay, one is with regard to what social sphere, one is with regard to what political sphere, one with regard to what economic sphere. Okay, now if you talk about the social sphere, there is two important elements are there with regard to the social, that is individual is one, okay, and society as whole one. We are having two important elements or components of a social sphere. One is individual himself, and another one is what, society. And if I try to take it more very finer way, I'll just write it here so that it becomes very important for your examination and you can make a mind map of it. So that legacy that I am talking about here, let us write it this here, legacy, and here we are having Okay, I have to work a lot when I am explaining to all of you because it is very important for us. Social sphere we are having, and economic sphere we are having, and we are having what political sphere also, right? Clear. Now you see in the social sphere, as I have told you that the social sphere consists of two important elements or two important components. One is individuals as one are there, and as society. Okay, we are all one as a group is there, right? Yes. One thing I want to clarify here, all of you, that the social sphere has been done very less with regard to what Britisher has left after they went. Okay, after that they have done what economy they have done little bit more with regard from social to economy, that they have done little more from economy to polity, that they have done even more legacies there as we go from the left to the right. I'll explain you all of that in a bit. Just try to understand that if the legacy that is left by the Britishers, it is very very less with regard to the social sphere, but very better with regard to the economic sphere, and political sphere is also what very very intricate and intimate even today, whatever they have established. So when we talk about the social impact of the legacy, okay, you can see here, as an individual, what do individual want? Okay, individual want the basic important aspect with regard to any colonial power, the subjects. Okay, and remember this point, and during the British rule and the British rule period, the Indians are not called as human beings. They don't call it as Indian population. So we were the subjects. They call it as what they call as subjects in the sense is that you can do whatever you want to do, you can just put them, command them, order them, they just have to be obeying you. That particular position of a human being is being given, no, then you call it as subject. So we were all subjects of British India at the time. So at the individual sphere they have done little bit better. So they have abolished the derogatory practice with regard to the woman, that is sati. They have abolished over a period of time bonded labor. They have abolished early childhood marriages, and they got legislations also with the help of various other Raja Ram Mohan, etc. So they got 18 years, 14 years, 18 years. So marriage through the Sarada Act, okay, the marriage age for the girls and boys have been increased. So with regard to individual derogatory practices, individual derogatory or not social evil practices, they have given importance to what social evils. With regard to individual, social evils has been removed. That legacy whatever they have established by all of this has even continued today, and legislations has been passed even to make it more better. But as an individual, this all has been given, no, all the individual makes a society, no, yes, in society they have not given us what they have given to the Britishers, like British citizens. They have not given us liberties. They have not given us freedom. They have not given us opportunities. They have not given us opportunities. So as a society, we were not liberal. We were not given liberties to talk, to criticize, to show dissent, to protest against the government, etc. That liberties were not there. We are not allowed to go here and there. The freedom is also very much curtailed. You will be restricted. You will be asked to produce the documents. Where are you going? Why are you going? So it's almost like that freedom is also not given. Then opportunities like introduction into getting into the administration or getting elected into a particular post or starting any particular business, they actually went for deindustrialization, etc. so and so forth. I'll come to that in a bit. So opportunities are also not given to the masses. So in a way they wanted to make sure that the society at large remain poor. The society at large should remain what? Weak. Poor and weak can be controlled. Remember this point. Rich and mighty cannot be controlled. Remember this. So they know very well that if you give very very less sustenance things, very very less livelihood opportunities, the more they will be dependent upon us. That is the policy they have followed. Not so that, okay, even we have had a great famine, they did not do anything. They let us to die because they don't want us to give, okay, power. They don't want us to go out of poverty. They want us to be weak, and the weak can be ruled by anyone. Okay, that's how it was happened. So they have starved our society with regard to the liberty, with regard to the freedom, with regard to the opportunities, so that we just rely on them for the basic necessities to the fulfill. But the individual sphere, they did something just like what, okay, as a kind of like what Gandhiji has told with regard to Montesquieu Chelmsford reforms, a post-dated check with no signature, obviously. Check without a signature, what is the use of it, right? Yes. So when you talk about the economic sphere, okay, the drain theory, how can we forget the drain theory given by the Dada Bhai Ronoji? Everything has been drained from India to the UK. They took all of our resources. They took all our resources, converted that resources into the finished goods, and came and sold in India only. So they took the resources without paying any kind of royalty to the Indian government, was anyhow not there. They hardly has given any money to the Indians. They did not create employment. They did not come as an investment. They just looted. We call it as looting our resources. They took our resources. They use our water to run the machines. They use our oil to run the machines. They use our forest to establish the industries. They use our forest. They use our environment. They use our soil to grow indigo, to color the their clothes, etc., so on and so forth. They used all the natural resources and made finished products, came back here and took the money also. Okay, at that time handicrafts and handlooms were actually into what, the basic tradition of Indians was to wear something which is woven by our great grandmother, that she used to do, and we used to be very happy having that sweater on us. Okay, so handicrafts and handlooms have completely deindustrialized, no support of to these industries from the British government. 180 years of rule, just imagine that local culture and heritage was not given importance. Handicraft and handlooms did not actually come into light, and the finished products and the machine made products of the British has been sold here in place of handlooms and handicrafts. Handlooms for the, obviously you can understand that, for the wearing purpose, handicrafts for the decoration, for the off-feeling purpose, right? Aesthetic feeling. So drain theory, sharing of resources. Okay, and whatever the income that we have got as an individual income, like I being a, let us suppose a farmer, you being a farmer, we are growing crops, we are selling. On that sale also, they used to demand their portion of rent, which was popularly called as zamindari system, royatwari system, mahalwari system. I get literally very much pained with regard to how they have actually made us low dignified. No human rights were actually given. Okay, we were seen with low eyes, that that I will come to that in a bit. But today you just imagine a point here. We love to go to UK, we love to stay in London, we love them. Just go in the Delhi museum, how they have tortured our freedom fighters. You will not talk about it, but definitely you want a UK visa, you want a permanent residency over there. How they have dealt us, how they have treated us, everyone has forgot. We have never boycotted the particular country. Obviously, they are saying that the sins of our ancestors cannot be blamed on us. In the same way, then why are you creating crass rigidities in our country? The sins of your ancestors who have created a Chaturvarna system, then why are you even practicing even today? This is the most important point that one has to answer. When you can forgive UK what, but Britishers what they have done to us, then why aren't you why aren't you leaving the system that has been given to the ancestors, that has been very, very dishuman, disgraceful with regard to the lower sections of society, that is the casteisms. Okay, that is what has happened. If you talk about the political sphere, if you take my classes, you will get more enthusiasm and sentiments from me, because you are there in front of me. You are going to be obviously getting a lot of goosebumps in my classes when you are dealing with something like this. Political sphere, so you say that the Indian Parliament today was once upon a time Central Legislative Council. The Supreme Court of today was once upon a time Federal Court of Bengal. We had the judiciary institutions, the universities were established at that time, the railways. Okay, here you can have infrastructure, here you can have. So all the political system, the bicameralism, the federal government, pseudo-federal government that we have established, the emergency provisions, etc. All that has been. So that today political setup, which is having the PM and the president in the form of republic, not exactly what they have given to us. Obviously, we have made a lot of changes. They have got the Government of India Act of 1935. Through this act only we have got a lot of our constitutional provisions too. So in political sphere we had a very long legacy which is positive. Even today we are evolving in that. In economic sphere, the legacy is completely shattered, collapsed economy, ruined us from the floor of our foot. That is what they have done. In society, they have did not actually kept us on par with the British residents or citizens. We were treated with very dogs are not allowed and Indians are not allowed. That was a board they used to have on their clubs, which is very shameful. आपके घर आकर और आपके साथ ऐसा बर्ताव कर रहे और आप जागे नहीं. So I salute to all the freedom fighters who have put their life for the sake of the nation. Today you and me are sitting here happily going and enjoying everything in our countries just because the freedom fighters have given. I generally feel that there is no right, no moral right. There's nothing that we can say anything about the freedom fighters. Each and every one who has worked for the sake of freedom is the best heroes for me, for sure. I'm not going to judge anyone here because what they have done is enormously, we have to be grateful and thankful to them because today we are because of them. Okay, so this is a legacy with regard to the social sphere. With regard to society, the legacy was very bad. But economy legacy was very bad. But individual, they have done little bit of good things. Politics is very very good. Today we have the systems that they have given to us. Today we have the railways that they have given to us, which are just running like that, evolving so good. I hope this is all clear to you. Tomorrow I'll come with more current affairs and updates. Do keep watching my channel. Do hit the bell icon. Do subscribe to my channel and give the hype points also so that my videos reaches to a lot of people. That's all you can do. That's all I can ask for the help, and make sure that you do subscribe and join my classes, test series and mentorship. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care.